Okay, so when you think of Nike, what typically springs to mind? Probably sneakers. Elite athletes, maybe that iconic swoosh, right? But what if I told you that the company we all know for sportswear is actually quietly and rapidly transforming itself, turning into a bona fide tech powerhouse? Today, we're taking a deep dive into some truly fascinating information. It reveals Nike's ambitious, really massive investment in technology, and specifically how they're attracting top-tier engineering talent to fuel this whole transformation.
It's pretty remarkable, isn't it? What's truly fascinating here is watching how these huge, established global brands, even ones with identities as ingrained as Nike's, are not just adapting, they're fundamentally reshaping themselves for a digital-first world. Our exploration today, well, it's going to leverage detailed H-1B visa data alongside some comprehensive compensation surveys. And this isn't just about listing what Nike is doing. It's about dissecting why the strategic pivot is so critical and, what its broader implications are for the company, sure, but also for the industries they touch.
Absolutely. So our mission today is to really unpack this pivotal shift. We'll be looking at precise salary ranges for their software engineers, their senior directors, data specialists too. We'll examine their incredibly aggressive H-1B visa sponsorship activities, quite something. And then, we'll connect all these dots, try to understand what this aggressive move means for Nike's future, and like you said, for the wider tech and retail landscapes. Okay, let's dig in. Right from the start, it's strikingly clear that Nike isn't content just, dominating the sportswear market anymore. They are making a profound, really calculated investment in technology. The information we've looked at highlights that Nike CEO Elliott Hill, who returned to his role back in October, immediately set this firm technology-first tone for the whole organization. And this isn't just about putting a microchip in a shoe. It's way bigger. It's about architecting a complete digital ecosystem around the brand.
That's precisely it, yeah. If we kind of zoom out and connect this to the bigger picture, Nike is actively reimagining itself across 5 core pillars: culture, product, marketing, marketplace, and community. The critical insight here, I think, is their comprehensive, heavy investment in digital transformation. And it spans all their major labels: Nike, Jordan, and Converse.
Right, all of them.
So this isn't some cautious adjustment or, a small department experiment. No. This is a foundational reorientation of their entire business model. I mean, think about how this shift might mean Nike becomes less reliant on traditional retail partners. Instead, maybe prioritizing direct-to-consumer digital channels, completely altering their supply chain dynamics, how they interact with customers globally. They're leveraging tech not just to sell, but, well, to innovate at every possible level.
Okay, now here's where it gets really illuminating. The actual numbers. The data from the U.S. Department of Labor's H-1B visa filings. It gives us this incredible window into the compensation landscape for tech roles at Nike. Software engineers, data folks. What do these figures tell us about what it really takes to attract top talent? Especially when a company's making such a big digital leap.
Well, these figures, they paint a very clear picture. Nike is definitely competing for top tech talent in the open market, and they are absolutely willing to pay for it. For software engineers at Nike, we're seeing annual salaries typically ranging between, let's see, $139,845 and $192,227.
Okay.
And when you look higher up at leadership roles, a senior director in software engineering commands a pretty substantial $301,378 annually.
Wow.
That really signals their commitment, securing experienced leadership for these critical technical transformations.
And I guess in today's world, data is everything, right? So those analytics and data engineering roles must be just as vital. What are those compensation figures looking like?
You're absolutely right. They're crucial. Data engineers at Nike, they see a broader range. It goes from about $99,000, $99,123, up to an impressive $265,466.
Big range.
Yeah, and that widespread often reflects, different levels of seniority, specialized expertise within that field. For analytics roles, which are vital for interpreting consumer behavior, market trends, all that, compensation caps out around $163,985. Now, to add another layer here, information from levels.eii, that's a popular, crowdsourced platform for tech comp data, it suggests that total compensation, so that includes base salary, equity, bonuses.
Package.
Exactly. For US-based software engineers at Nike, it typically ranges from around $112,000 at entry level up to $296,000 for E-band senior engineers.
Hold on. E-band senior engineers, can you quickly clarify what that means for listeners who might not know that term?
Oh, sure, yeah. E-band, it's basically a common internal label used in many large tech companies. It's to categorize those highly experienced individual contributors. They're technically advanced, often lead big projects, but don't necessarily manage a team.
Okay, got it. Makes sense.
So, right, to finish that thought, The median total package for a software engineer at Nike as of mid-2025 sits around $175,000. This comprehensive approach base, equity, bonuses, it's absolutely essential for Nike to attract and keep the kind of talent they need to compete in what's, frankly, a highly aggressive tech job market. It suggests they're not just trying to catch up. Sounds like they're aiming to be a top-tier tech employer.
Wow, so Nike is truly playing in the big leagues for tech talent. Seriously competitive salaries. But attracting talent isn't just about the paycheck, is it? It seems like their global recruitment strategy is equally aggressive. And that's really clear in their significant H-1B sponsorship activity between, 2022 and 2024?
You've hit on a critical point there. Compensation is one piece, yeah. But their H-1B activity reveals an even deeper strategic commitment to getting the right people. In that period, Nike filed over 1,200 labor condition applications, or LCAs, for H-1B visas.
Over 1,200?
Yeah. And what's genuinely remarkable is they maintained a near-perfect approval rate for these. This isn't just high volume, it speaks to the legitimacy, the necessity of these specialized roles for their core business goals. So from mid-2022 to 2024, Nike submitted a total of 12,219 LCAs. Plus, on top of that, nearly 350 green card labor certifications.
Wow.
This really signifies a robust, very well-defined strategy to attract foreign talent. It indicates a proactive global search for the brightest minds to fuel their tech growth.
That volume is truly impressive. It really is. So maybe for our listeners who follow tech and business but perhaps aren't steeped in immigration policy, what exactly is an H-1B visa and why is it such a vital tool for big companies like Nike, especially for these highly specialized tech roles?
That's a great question. Okay, so at its core, the H-1B visa program lets U.S. employers temporarily hire foreign workers. But specifically in what are called specialized occupations, these are roles that typically require a bachelor's degree or higher or, equivalent expertise in a specific field. So we're talking about highly skilled professionals, often in areas like software engineering, data science, specialized analytics, places where the domestic talent pool might be super competitive or maybe even limited for certain niche skills. There's also an annual cap on these visas, 65,000 regular slots, plus an extra 20,000 just for people with U.S. master's degrees or higher.
Right, I've heard about that cap. It's tight.
It is. Competition is intense. So for a company like Nike, the H-1B provides this crucial pathway. It lets them access a global pool of expertise, ensuring they can recruit the specific skills they need to drive their digital agenda, especially when speed and precision in hiring are really important. And the visa can be extended for up to 6 years, which offers stability for both the employee and the company. That's key for long-term projects.
Understanding that mechanism really helps us grasp just how intentionally Nike is scaling the tech ladder. Like you said, they're not just hoping to find talent, they're systematically using every tool they have to build out these digital capabilities. It paints a picture of a company making very deliberate, very strategic moves to get the exact expertise they need. So let's try and bring all this information into focus now. We've got the competitive salaries, the really robust visa activity, this clear strategic pivot towards technology. What does this all mean for Nike's very identity and its future path? It feels like we're watching a major redefinition happening for a global giant.
You're absolutely right. I think it is more than just an evolution. It's a fundamental redefinition. First, Nike's significant H-1B sponsorship, well, it highlights a clear, unambiguous intent to deepen its technical capabilities internally.
Right, doing it themselves.
Exactly. They're actively investing in the right talent to execute the strategy themselves, rather than just relying on external vendors or partners. That's a big strategic shift. Second, those competitive compensation packages we talked about. With engineering leads getting close to $300,000, engineers averaging, $140,000 to $192,000 annually, maybe even more with total comp, it clearly shows Nike is paying a premium. They want to attract and keep top-tier talent in software, data engineering, analytics. They understand the value. Finally, and maybe most importantly, the company's evolving mission and the substantial investment in digital innovation. It unmistakably suggests a tech-first posture that actively complements its athletic heritage. It's not just about designing and selling physical products anymore, is it? It's about building cutting-edge digital experiences around those products. Think personalized fitness apps tracking your progress, advanced e-commerce platforms that integrate smoothly with your life, that kind of thing.
This truly transforms how we might think about Nike. Yeah. Revealing a company that's becoming as much about software and user experience as it is about sportswear. It's a fascinating, really powerful pivot, and it has ramifications far beyond just the athletic apparel market, I'd imagine. So today we've taken a deep dive into some pretty compelling evidence. Evidence that Nike is aggressively investing in its digital future, powered by competitive tech salaries and a really robust global talent acquisition strategy,
Yeah.
all vividly illuminated by that H-1B visa data we looked at.
Yeah, and this whole transformation, it kind of raises an important question for you, the listener, to consider. As these traditional product-focused companies like Nike increasingly embrace a tech-first approach, how might this impact not only their future products and, their relationship with consumers, but also the broader industry landscape they operate in? What really stands out to you from this profound transformation? What do you think?
All the insights we've shared today were directly explored and explained in the material at the core of this deep dive. All the best, and we will meet again with another important subject in the next deep dive.